सर, अभी तो सीबीडी और 4-5 आएंगे ना, उसके बाद देखेंगे. 3319 is another thing, Manoj bhai.
Yeah, absolutely.
For commercial, amazing.
But boss, premiums are killing. Open space efficiency is a killer.
Yeah, I mean,
at least जिधर रेकनर रेट्स जिधर ज्यादा हाई है ना, उधर तो परवड़ता ही नहीं है. It is so high, those premiums.
True that.
Yomesh, in one of our case, we are leaving the FSI, entire TDR in AR, we are leaving it out. Because हमको 70 मीटर के ऊपर जाना नहीं है.
That is true, sir. Actually, sir, the time of maximization is anyways gone. You have to today optimize, because after a certain level, you have to realize that the project gets delayed, and the delay of the whole money coming back, and the premiums go high.
In that project, 38 storage was full consumption, and 21 storage was some half consumption. But the income, I mean, profitability was more in the
in making a small building. And needless to say, the project gets completed fast and the money recovery is fast. The project delay ho jata.
So definitely IRR will be better in.
Absolutely.
राठौड़ साहब का मैसेज आया है. He is having some network issues. He is joining in 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Okay. Two of the most wonderful regulations where residential को FSI ज़्यादा मिलता है. मनोज भाई PPT शेयर करना सर बाद में.
मैं बोल रहा हूँ हम खाली PPT बनाते हैं, तुम लेते हो.
Between CY, yeah, 3312B, Milind has taken a lot. I have just taken 3. 20B is new, but I'm taking 20B. But देखते हैं सब clubbing करने वाले कब आ रहे हैं. But really feel gung-ho about that. I can see Neil is there. Chitore Saab is joining.
Chitore Saab is joining. Oh. Okay, sir. Yeah, sure, sir. Some network issues are happening. It is.
Yeah.
He's trying to connect from another device. Let's see.
I think we can start. He may join in between.
Yeah.
It's come, Sausal.
Please start. I'm so sorry. There were some network issues.
Sir, first change your name, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Vikram bhai, yes. You can start now.
Yes, sir. We are eagerly waiting.
Thank
you so much for joining. So, sir, BDA, we have a platform called BDA Gurukul where we conduct these online sessions on Zoom.
Yeah.
They're all educative. क्या है कि अभी developers को भी education लेने का time आ गया है.
Developer are more educated.
So we keep coming up with these kind of topics, and 3312 and 3320B.
Yeah.
तो आज की तारीख में ये सबसे hot topics है.
Yes.
That is why we thought of taking this up, and Manoj Daisaria sir is kind enough to agree to take up this class.
Yes.
So a warm welcome to you, sir, and request you to say a few words before we start off our session.
First of all, I'm sorry I was a little late in getting connected because of network issues. First of all, I'll thank you, BDA, particularly all my architecture friends, all licensed surveyors and everybody and all stakeholders. These 3312B and 3320B, they are really in the market. They are coming up every day. I'm disposing minimum 4 to 5 files of this 3312B. It's a very good scheme. Whatever PAP is not available, all the PAPs were available for us in Mahul area or Chemur area. So no one is willing to go to that area because anybody is displaced from his own ward. They are generally reluctant to get shifted to because their family education is there, then their jobs are, employment issues are there. So they are reluctant. So in order to meet these PAP requirements, so we have brought these two schemes. Government has was very keen to this 3312B. The only thing is that it has to be within the same ward. This 3312B, actually, I will say the most feasible thing is that there is no any criteria of road width in this. We allow this additional FSI in this 3312B. 3312B proposals are more in numbers nowadays as compared to 3320B. Because 3320B, there are some relaxations still we are in process. We are seeking some clarifications from government. So in order to make it compatible to 3311, we have just proposed some modifications. And recently also I am in the process to allow this clubbing, these 3320B tenements in other planning authorities also, like SRA, the MMRDA, they are also having the ready tenements. So we are also recommending to government on representation from MCH and PIATA that let us see, the only issue is because planning authorities are different. If it is under control of one authority, then it becomes easier to monitor the whatever is the progress of that scheme. So in order to, I am just in the preparation this week, I am expecting there are some premium issues also so that we can compete with 3311. 3311 has some premium relaxation. There are no infrastructure charges. The premiums are recoverable at 10% of normal premium. These are the additional things which we are planning to bring in 3320 also. Let us hope the government is good enough. Further, whatever suggestions are always welcome from BDA, MCHI, PIATA, and all our stakeholders. So I think this 3320B will be again more popular, what I am expecting. There is road width criteria in 3320B as compared to 3312B. 3312B additional FSI, the road width in 3320B, there is a criteria of the road width also. So it is connected with that. So size wise, I don't think it makes any difference because it's a built up area. Tenement size in 3312B is 300 square feet, while in this 3320B it is 25 square meter. That is the difference. Basically the offsite infrastructure charges, what 7% are there in 3320B, that we also recommended to government to allow that at par with 3312, because there is no this 7% offsite infrastructure charges in 3311 scheme, which is implemented by SRA as a planning authority. So these are the issues. Other things I think Daisaria sir will cover, and any suggestions are there, I'll note down and I'll bring it to the my officer, senior officers, honorable municipal commissioners, information, and we'll see the best what we can do.
सर 3311 के साथ अगर compatible हो जाए और 3311 के साथ अगर clubbing हो जाए तो then that solves entire problem of 20B.
Meaning we are in
Because
the
without
process.
that, it will not kickstart.
Yes, otherwise no one will come to DMC as such. Everybody will go to SRA.
Sir, one more small issue. I know you
Yeah.
may be having time constraint, so
Yeah.
we will not be able to catch you up for the question answer. But sir, 12B, whether open space deficiency should be looked into, because we are rehabilitating some
That is
PAPs.
also, that also we looked into.
Because right now, government has given only leeway for 33(7).
Yeah.
Regular proposals you have not given, so that I think is a major criteria for going for 3312B.
Yeah, you have already rightly pointed out. We should go into this also, because if it is a composite building, then recently in one of the files, I think Milind Changani is there.
Yeah.
In that, we are seeking some clarification from government for as regards this premium. So let us hope.
And sir, this is going to be a development changer in next 5 years. I think all PAPs out of DP roads will be cleared up.
Yeah.
So it will be a really boost to the infrastructure of Mumbai. So 20B, of course, it is within the plot, but this is outside the plot where roads are affected. Up to now, this innovative idea was never envisaged, but I think 2034 DCPR has really brought in a good provision. So it will really impact the infrastructure development of Mumbai actually.
Yeah, this 3312B also we are, in the process. In one of the files of Milind Changani only, the Honorable MC has agreed to refer it to government for allowing the relaxations in premium and all.
Right.
Yeah.
Good, sir. I think that will be a really boost to 3312B.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. You've always, wherever you
It's
come
my
to,
pleasure.
you
It's
always
my
been
pleasure that you have
supportive.
invited me for this.
We'll require your guidance, sir, for all
we
those
are together.
sections.
No, better you are the actually you face in the field. No, I'm sitting in the chair and giving the approach. But
sir, decisions you have to take, no, sir.
No.
Decision you have to take.
So suggestions has to be from your end, and recommendation is my hands, and decision is up to my boss and the government after all.
No, whenever the BDA or PIATA, whenever we bring suggestions, it are more practical and more, doable, then only we bring to you. Otherwise,
You are most welcome. You are
those
most
suggestions
welcome.
which are more implementable and more practical, that only we need to look into.
Yeah, it is most practical. In other sense also, we have recommended this over and above FSI also.
Absolutely.
For all ongoing schemes, that also we are in the process. We have referred it to the UD department also. And other things also, some private, write-off we are there. 2, 3, and another policy decisions also we are in the process.
Sir, एक चीज सर देखना चाहिए about TDR, because general TDR or reservation TDR in the market is an acute shortage. And अभी ये DCPR में slum को हमने restrict कर दिया to 50%. That is actually creating a lot of problems in redevelopment. So thoda is
it will sir work out in other way also. Slums will be developed faster if you remove the restriction.
No. The only idea beyond that, the municipal commissioner Raja Mehta sir respected. He was there. So what was happening? SRA was progressing, and my reservations were getting affected.
But sir, majority of the reservations are put in AR. So now nobody will come for TDR, sir.
So we'll give a thought on this issue also. Yeah. We'll give a thought.
We'll discuss you in person, sir. We'll take your opportunity to discuss in your chamber.
Yeah, indirectly we made this general TDR 50%. That was the idea behind that.
Right.
Yeah.
ठीक है राठौर सर, आपने 10 मिनट, मैंने आपसे वादा लिया था 10 मिनट में फ्री कर देंगे आपको.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
We'll always look forward to your support, sir.
Yeah, sure. We are in a family. That's
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Bye, everybody. Bye.
I'll now request Hena to take over from here. Hena and Shishir, they are part of the BDA team, the BDA UA team, and nowadays all these new programs, they will be running the show. So Hena, over to you. Yes, Hena.
Hena, you're on mute, I think. No, we can't hear you.
Hannah, you're not audible.
No.
I think Shishir can go ahead.
Anyway, yeah. I think, yeah, she's having some issues with the audio. Anyway, friends, let us now go on with the main part of the program. Manoj Bhai and the associates, they need no introduction. Actually, at least not to this group. And Manoj Bhai has always been available for BDA whenever, as and when his services have been required. Manoj Bhai, without wasting time, let us start the main topic of today's discussion, 3312B and 3320B. Over to you, Manoj Bhai.
Yeah, Hannah wants to add. I think she has joined.
Hannah?
Hello.
Yes.
Yes, sorry, I had some network issue. I would just like to add that it will be our honor and a privilege, to hear out some insights into these clauses today. Because this, as developers, we have been really interested in these topics lately, and a lot of people came to us, for clarity, and hence we as an association decided, to have a lecture on it from the field expert. Also, subsequent to this, we have a Q&A session. So if anybody has any questions during the lecture, we request all of you all to please type it into the chat box. Now, without any further ado, we will turn over the time to Manoj, sir. Thank you.
Can you share the screen?
Hannah, you'll have to enable him to share the screen.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that. Shishir bhai, I think you will be sharing the screen also. Okay.
Manoj bhai, I'll take your leave. I have to go for a wedding. So I'll take it, please. Yeah.
Thanks. Thanks. Yeah, Hannah, can you see the screen?
Yes, sir, we can see the screen.
Yeah. So good evening, everybody. Thank you, BDA, for giving me opportunity to present the clauses, particularly relating to 3312 and 3320B. These are the two innovative clauses which is added in DCPR 2034. Why innovative? Because the built-up setback, actually, where it is not part of your property, it was not getting attended, and corporation also had no solutions to how to rehabilitate. By giving incentive, as Rathod sir told, this will not have any road restrictions. So even if you are on a 9-meter road also, you can go up to 4 FSI. So that is the interesting part. And 3312B, obviously, you have 4 FSI, out of which 2.5 will be for sale and 1.5 as similar to 3311. But here, MCGM is the planning authority. Of course, there are issues with the implementation. So they have issued some clarification and guidelines they already prepared. So we will go through that. Yeah. So first is 3312 we are tackling. There are two parts. One is the town planning scheme, and one is a regular structures which are coming in DP road or RL or DP road. That is dealing. These sections are dealing with the two provisions. So 3312A, that is yeah, 3312A is the redevelopment of contravening structures in final plot of a TP scheme. So there are many town planning schemes wherein there are structures within the original plot but in the final plot, they are outside it. So what is to be done for those, these provisions have been made. So for redevelopment or reconstruction of contravening structures in town planning scheme, additional FSI over and above permissible FSI is permitted as under. In redevelopment scheme, alternate accommodation either in the same scheme or in the same ward having carpet area of 27.88 square meters, that is 300 square feet. Obviously, this 300 square feet is a MOFA carpet and not RERA carpet, shall be provided subject to overall FSI does not exceed 4. So on any width of road, you can go up to 4 FSI. Commercial users will be permitted having original commercial area only. They will not be, if the commercial area is just 50 square feet or 100 square feet, the equivalent area only will be allowed to that particular tenant. And tenant not listed in records of TP scheme, but structures existing as per the cutoff date from time to time and appearing in voters list, they will be eligible. Residential or residential come commercial tenants will be eligible for 27.88 square meters of carpet area, and for commercial occupants, existing area or 20.90, whichever is less. As I gave you example, if it is just a 10 square meter, the tenant only 10 square meter, and if the area is say more than 20 or say it is 30 meters or something like that, it will be restricted to existing area 20.90 only. Now, built-up area equivalent to the area or 27.88 square meters, whichever is less, shall be handed over free of cost to the respective tenants. The balance built-up area and amount as may be mutually agreed shall be paid by the tenant. So here, what it says, if existing area was say 10 square meters and there is a difference of 17 square meters, so equivalent area will be given. So carpet into 1.2 you have to multiply. So that will be the area of existing built-up area, and the balance developer and the tenant can agree for the mutually agreed price. It can be a construction cost as it is provided in 33(7) or the mutual understanding between the tenant and the developer. Additional FSI to an extent of 50% on the area of the structure, what is stated above in ABC, will be allotted free of FSI. So this is an incentive for providing those tenants rehabilitation. Fungible to the rehab component will be free, and to the incentive, that is 50% on whatever that 35% is applicable, that will be charged premium. For the purpose of this regulation, the contravening structure shall mean what? Now, these are the criteria, what the contravening structure shall mean. Structures situated outside the original plot, but within the final plot. Structures partly included in final plot and partly in the road. Structures included in TP scheme, but situated outside the final plot and affected by reservations subject to NOC from planning authority. So if there is structures which are even beyond final plot, but there are adjoining reservations on that, those structures, if you are rehabilitating them, obviously planning authorities NOC will be required. So those also can be incorporated. Structures included in the common area comprising of original plots and final plots shall not be treated as contravening structures. So if there are, suppose say internal access roads or something like that, then those will not be treated as contravening structures. Now we are moving on to 3312B. So this is outside town planning scheme, which is more now prevalent because most of the town planning schemes are already developed. So 3312A may not be that much useful, but 3312B is definitely part of the scheme as such. So removal and reaccommodation of tolerated or protected structures falling in the alignment of road. Now, there are some definitions which are protected and which are tolerated. That's what it is mentioned in the guidelines as such. So for removal of tolerated protected structures falling in the alignment of existing road or widening of existing road for which road line has been prescribed, or DP road and reaccommodation of these tolerated or protected structures in the same administrative ward. So this cannot be outside administrative ward where suppose 3311 or 3320B it permits. This has necessarily to be within the administrative ward only. For expeditious removal of bottlenecks, the FSI may be allowed to be exceeded above the permissible subject to following conditions. So first condition is tolerated residential structure shall be existing prior to 17/4/1964, and for non-residential it is 1/4/1962. The structure shall be reflected in true extract of revenue prior to 61/62 or in the assessment records prior to datum line as mentioned above. The scheme plot and the tolerated structures falling in the alignment of the road shall be reallocated in the same administrative ward. The structures where development of plot is proposed to be undertaken or in progress, the provision of this regulation shall not be applicable. For example, you have a built-up setback within your property where your development you have undertaken. This provision is not applicable because that is obligatory duty of the owner or the developer in those cases to rehabilitate them within their property. With respect to removal of structures falling on road, the scheme owner or developer seeking benefit under this regulation shall execute a registered tri-party agreement with the owner of the tolerated or protected structures are situated and with the occupiers of such structures. Owner developer to submit advance possession receipt to MCGM for handing over of plot affected by road line or DP road having built up structures. The owner of the plot shall be eligible for TDR. So because these structures are standing on some plot, so owner will be allotted the TDR and the tenant situated on these roads, they will be rehabilitated under 3312B. In case of non-safe structure, the assistant commissioner of respective ward shall certify the carpet area and occupancy of the eligible occupants. In case of 33(7) cases, MADA will certify. NOC from MADA shall be insisted in case that the plot is occupied by said structures and affected by road widening or DP road. Now the eligible residential or residential commercial tenant, as in case of town planning scheme, it is the same area, 27.88 for residential, and for commercial maximum is 20.8 or existing area. The owner of the scheme shall be eligible for built up as in the case of town planning scheme. Again here also 50% incentive is permitted, and if the part of the structure is falling in alignment road, then such occupant shall be eligible for the benefit as above. However, TDR equivalent to the zonal basic FSI of the land so handed over will be eligible. The owner shall be eligible for commencement certificate for incentive built up area only after rehabilitation of the occupants of affected tolerated structures or removal of structures falling in alignment of road is carried out. The fungible for rehab is free, and for incentive it is by charging premium. The protected structures falling in the alignment of road as notified by government from time to time as certified by competent authority shall be eligible for rehabilitation as per this regulation, subject to condition 27 meters and 20.9 meters. Now this is the pro forma which ideally it should reflect to, where this is according to 30A, where the plot area we have considered is 808.90 square meters, which is on 18.30 meter road. So 2.4 FSI is permissible along with the fungible. So 3312B, here we have to add this many structures. So maximum 4 FSI is permissible. So 2.4 is coming out of 30A and 1.6 is admissible. So 1292 is admissible, but here because there was a civil aviation restriction and the structural feasibility was not there. I mean, here we have gone for only 4 numbers of protected tenants. So that is 452 square meter only is added along with the incentive and the fungible FSI. So 2.6 only we are able to consume. That means 2.4 was admissible under 30A. 0.2 is additional FSI. However, we could have gone up to 4 FSI. This is what the pro forma will look like in 33. These are the guidelines issued by the Estate Department on 26/2/2021. That is particularly with reference to 3312B. So development under regulation number 30, 36, 7, 7A, 7B, etc. on plots including municipal lease and leasehold plots, municipal tenanted plots can be proposed in combination with 3312B. Now, general conditions. What are the general conditions? Maximum permissible FSI not to exceed 4. Eligibility to be decided by Assistant Commissioner of respective ward, and in case of said structures by MADA. Identification of tolerated or protected structures as below. Assistant Commissioner of respective ward shall prepare priority list, because there will be roads which are still not in priority list, as in case of reservation when the new TDR came. That time also priority lists were prepared. Of course, now the reservations, everything is in priority. But for this roads, Assistant Commissioner will have to prepare a priority list, and those priority list only once they are out, then only rehabilitation can be a process. So eligible structures not shifted, rehabilitated or accommodated till 01/09/2018. That is the date of the sanction of DCPR. So structures should not have been rehabilitated prior to this date, and still existing on particular roadside shall only be considered. So if for just example sake, if it is rehabilitated and it is vacated on 1st of August 2018, those structures will not be eligible for this scheme. Now, eligibility documents to be maintained by Assistant Commissioner. Residential structure prior to 17/4/1964 and non-residential prior to 1/4/1962 to be treated as tolerated structure. Eligibility of structure existing prior to 1/1/2000 or amended from time to time. Presently, the cutoff date is 1/1/2000. Rehab area tri-party agreement to be strictly adhered to. Provision does not apply to plots wherein road is affected, wherein development is under progress. Affected structures not to be part of scheme of 3310 and 3312A, both will be, are not eligible. Tri-party agreement between plot owner, MCGM and structure owner to be executed, and structure to be vacated before requesting for commencement certificate for corresponding area. Advance possession receipt shall be submitted to EEBP and Assistant Commissioner, final possession before full CC. In case of said structure, eligibility certificate from MADA to be obtained. The occupants so rehabilitated shall become member of the cooperative housing society wherein the development is undertaken. Additional conditions for municipal leasehold or tenanted plots. NOC of Estate Department is required. In case of combination of 33(7) along with 33(12)B, FSI of 33(7) to be consumed first, and thereafter the FSI as per 33(12)B to an extent of 4 can be consumed. So wherever there is a 33(7) scheme, that FSI will proceed over 33(12)B, and subsequent to that only this development can be permitted. Premium at the rate of 5% for residential use and 10% for non-residential use of stamp duty ready reckoner rate of development land, developed land on date of actual payment will have to be paid, since it is municipal leasehold plots. Lease rent at ₹1 per square meter on entire additional built-up area will have to be paid to MCGM. I think we are through with 3312A and 12B. Now we are moving on to 3320B as such, which is development of affordable housing, redevelopment and resettlement on private plots or plot of authority other than government, MCGM or appropriate authority. The permissible FSI may be allowed to be exceeded to 4. In this case, it is dependent on road width. In Island City, 12-meter road is required, and total permissible FSI will be 3. Zone FSI is 1.33. Additional FSI is 1.67. So percentage of additional FSI for AH and RNR will be 63%, and additional FSI for sale component will be 37%. For 18-meter road, it is 4 FSI, 1.33 again zonal FSI. So additional FSI will be 2.67. Again, the percentage for sharing remains same. Suburbs and extended suburbs, 12-meter, again 3 FSI, and here the basic FSI is 1. So maximum additional FSI will become 2 instead of 1.67 in Island City. The sharing here, it is 50-50, 50% for additional FSI for affordable housing, and for sale it will be 50%. But in 18-meter roads, again it is 4 FSI, 1 basic FSI, and so additional FSI will be 3, and 50% and 50% sharing remains same. Such schemes shall not be permissible in SDZ and green zones. The carpet area will be 25 square meters. Ratio of built up area will be 1.2. Free of FSI area not to be considered for calculation purpose of built up area. Owner shall declare initially the intention. So whenever you want to go for 3320B, the intention has to be cleared right at the beginning, right at the inception, and wherever the age components are there to be written, to be handed over to MCGM. Additional FSI to be released in proportion of 1:0.5. So if it is 100 square meter of AH you are constructing, 50 square meter only for sale will be allowed, and 100% sale area to be released only after handing over of entire AH and RNR tenements. TDR for unconsumed sale component permitted. Suppose there is unconsumed FSI for sale component, maybe due to any restrictions regarding civil aviation, railway, or any other things, TDR for unconsumed FSI will be permitted. On handing over of AH and RNR, free of cost, OC to sale component will be permitted. For AH, RNR tenements, no premium shall be charged for fungible or free of FSI features as permitted under Regulation 31, particularly with respect to staircase premium and lift lobby premium. However, premium will be applicable for sale component as normally whatever is being charged. The offsite infrastructure charges at the rate of 7% shall be applicable. Zonal basic FSI and built up area as per column number 7. In layout, 25% of the basic FSI to be used for convenient shopping. So this becomes difficult in many cases where particularly the road widths are smaller, maybe so that needs to be looked into. Here, clubbing is permitted in the same ward as in case of 3311 also. It is the same provision. Adjoining ward or within 5-kilometer distance. Premium at 40% of difference in sale value as per ASR to be paid. Premium to be paid in 2 stages, 50% at the stage of IOA and 50% at the time of issuing CC. There is one more provision regarding Shram Safalya and Ashray Yojana, particularly the people who are dishoused. For them, this provision has been made. Tenements to be permitted with permission of commissioner. Obviously, there are not much of guidelines, so but the provision is already there. Now, this is what the circular has been issued recently, and after this, I think few of the proposals are also approved, which was sanctioned on 14th July 2022. The methodology for development of private plots under 3320B is, stipulated. So this table is same. The implication of the above table is that all such schemes should be proposed exclusively with zonal basic FSI in manner prescribed in the said table. New circular gives option to permit additional FSI beyond the FSI permissible as per table 12A of regulation 30A. So for example, the maximum road width TDR on 30A is 2.5. So over and above, you can claim 1.5 out of this. So you can have combination between 30A and 3020B. You have an option. You can entirely propose for 3320B also as per the above table. With table 12 and clubbing such schemes as per provisions of 3020B1. So these are the regulations where Island City, this is what the FSI normal 30A will be permissible along with the TDR. So if I take an example of 27 meter and above, 1.33 is the zonal basic FSI, 0.84 is the premium FSI, 0.83 is the TDR. So total FSI is 3. So in the case where 3320B is clubbed, so it will become TDR, here it is 1 and 2.5. This is in the suburbs. Now, once we combine, the 0.5 is added to remaining suburbs here. 1 FSI is added, 0.5, 0.9 TDR, and 2.4 is the total. So, as per regulation 3020B, total FSI up to 4 is permissible on plot abutting, where example we have taken of 18-meter wide road. Accordingly, the final FSI will be working. 1 is basic FSI, 0.5 is the premium FSI, 0.9 is the TDR, so total is 2.5. Additional FSI under 3320B will be 1.6. So 50% will be for the PUP tenements, that is 0.8, and additional FSI will be available 0.8. So total FSI available for sale will be 3.2 because 2.4 plus 0.8. So in the suburbs where 3.2 FSI you can propose out of 4 FSI as sale, and 0.8 will have to be handed over. Of course, if you are clubbing, even this may go to the other side. So for entire 4 sale also can be permitted. So permissible FSI as per the guidelines, this is what the chart is. So relaxation for premiums for 3320B as per circular number dated 4/7/2022 is 2.5%. So premiums for relaxation of 3320B component will be 2.5% of RR rate or 10% of normal premium, whichever is more. So premium for relaxation to the basic FSI proportionate to AHFSI will be this. So if you are clubbing with 30A, where TDR and premium FSI is proposed, you will have to work out a proportionate deficiency, and accordingly for the component of 3320B, there will be a relaxed premium. Whatever for other provisions are there, maybe for premium and TDR. If it is lump TDR, obviously it is 10%, otherwise it will be 100%. So calculation for basic FSI proportionate to AHFSI will be in the illustrative case previously discussed. Such proportionate basic FSI will be equal to 0.8 divided by 1.5. So that is 0.53 component will be there. So 1.5 is the PAP, AH component in a non-combination scheme for the illustrative case. Off-site infrastructure, 7% are applicable, and the request for waiver, obviously, as Rathod sir told, okay, they already made to government, where it is hoped this will be considered by government at par with 3311. The stages of release of additional FSI under 3320B, additional FSI over and above permissible FSI as per table 30A, table 12, regulation 30A, may be released in correlation to built-up area of tenements required to be handed over free of cost to MCGM in proportion of 0.5 to sale will be 0.5 and AH tenements will be 1. So it is 1:0.5, and 100% sale area will be released only after handing over of entire AH and RR tenements. Now, this is the one example picked up where a plot area is 7,400, 100 square meter is the road setback, net plot area is 7,300, 5% amenity open space is required. Now, this example obviously is for a plot in the suburbs, and the road width is 18.30 and existing built up area is nil. So how the table will look at. So balance plot area is 6935 after deducting the amenity open space. So this will be the base FSI 6935, and 0.5 is 3467. TDR is 0.9, that is 6241 because this is 0.9 considering the road width of 18.30. Road setback, this 100 meter was road setback. This will be twice the setback area. So that is 200 square meters. So FSI consumed on the plot as per 30 A, it is 2.43 because there was a small setback which is allowed twice the area. So total area becomes 16,844. Now the same scheme is in combination with 3320B. So how it will state. So AH will be 0.79 because 2.43 minus 4. So that will be around 1.57. So 50% is 0.79 for AH tenements and 50% is for sale. So this will be the 5448 areas will be permissible. So total FSI is 4. So 27,740. So balance area for sale, that is 4 minus 0.79 because 0.79 we are allotting to AH tenements. So 3.29 will be available for sale, which is 22,292. Add fungible 35% on the sale component. So that will become 7802. So total area will be around 30,000 on the plot area, net plot area of say 7,000 meters. It is 4 point something because it is fungible is also added. So this is how the combination will look. Suppose you are not clubbing this and you're straight away wanting to go under AR scheme only. So this 0.5 premium will be taken out, TDR will be taken out. So total will be 3 FSI additional permitted. Of course, the small setback area will be out of the base FSI. And whatever is the 3 FSI or 2.97 FSI, that will be divided into AH and sale component. So, but here this will be constructed in situ, and there is definitely a clubbing provision wherein the entire AH area can be clubbed in a lower area where the ready reckoner rate is lower. However, you will have to pay 40% difference between the ready reckoner difference, and that is how the schemes are going to work. So as discussed, I mean 3312B and 3320B, these are going to be definitely game changer as far as the development of Mumbai is concerned, and this will give boost to infrastructure as we discussed with Rathod sir, particularly 3312B, because most of the roads will get impetus to clear all these roads which are normally covered under that bottlenecks, and there is a lot of traffic jams. This will give really a boost to the development as such. So thank you very much. I'm done with the presentation. We can move on to the question answer session.
Thank you, Manoj sir. It was a very insightful lecture. Also, we have been informed that Executive Engineer Vichari sir and Executive Engineer Mahajan sir from Jogeshwari Building Proposal Department are also with us today, along with AE Amit Patil sir. On behalf of BDA team, I wholeheartedly welcome the NCGM team. We will now take some time for the questions, requesting Chirag Shah to take it forward. Thank you.
Thank you, Hina. Manoj sir, I think the explanation given by you was very, very clear, and I think we haven't got many questions because I think all of them have understood the scheme clearly. Some of the questions that I can see or I have got some messages is, sir, if in a 3312 scheme, if there is a structure which is commercial, can it be given residential in the scheme, or we have to give it as the same user, sir?
I think so, but he cannot switch over to the larger area. Choice is of the commercial owner. I mean, he will be given 100, if he is using 100 square feet, he will be given 100 square feet. He has a choice to use it as a residential, but by doing so, he cannot convert it into a residential and then convert again to commercial to get larger area.
Got it. Sir, if there is a composite building being built, and while going through the explanation, we got to know that the areas have to be handed over to the authority first to get full CC or OC in that matter, sir. So when it is a composite building, how does it act, sir?
That is question needs to be answered. But see, 3312B is simple. once you have handed over that structure and you cleared the road, you are through with the development. So 3312B, I don't think there is an issue. Age tenements, yes, I am presuming those plots are going to be large enough and there will be a separate wing as such. This is what the administration has thought over. Now, if for a composite building, this is going to be a challenge. So we will have to get CC for at least RCC structure. As in case of SRA, they are doing it. Okay, first they are giving full CC for RCC, not for brickwork, for the sale component. But I mean, in this case also, we will have to, this definitely needs to be answered by the administration, okay, how they are going to tackle with the composite scheme. But my suggestion is this, RCC, at least if you get the CC for RCC, and ideally planning wise also, if it is a different wing, I think this question can be resolved also.
Understood, sir. Sir, some of them have asked for the copy of the circular, which is the July.
Yeah, I'll share with you.
If you can share, sir.
I'll share with you.
Some questions coming in now, sir, is that in 3320, instead of clubbing, can we buy PTC from market and hand it over to the BMC? Or it has to be in 3320 scheme only, sir?
Yeah, it can't be in SRA.
It can't be in SRA.
Yeah, so I think, see, purchase or otherwise, whether
Yeah.
you're clubbing or purchasing, it is actually clubbing only.
Correct.
So whether it is your property or some other developer is developing, you are buying it out and you are handing over, I think it is matter is same. But then I find a 3320B, it will take, I mean, to generate PAPs, it will take 2-3 years because it has just started. So,
Correct.
so 3311 and 20, I mean, SRA, so even if the planning authority is different, that should be our say as far as stakeholders are concerned. If the planning authority is also different, I don't think there should be problem, because at least it is in Mumbai and we are following the restriction of same ward or adjoining ward or 5 kilometers. This, I don't think there should be a stumbling block. Of course, two authorities need to sit together, because how they will keep records and all, that only logistical issues are there. I don't think there should be any other problem as such.
Sir,
This decision, honestly, the government only can take. I don't think municipal commissioner also will be able to take.
Sir, I'm sure you would have got this question, and it's come again, is that which scheme would make it more feasible, either 3320B or 3311, sir?
See, today on paper, 3311 is more beneficial because of honestly the approval process also. I know officers from building proposals are there, but I don't mind in making the comment because SRA, always all architects feel SRA is giving a faster approval. That is one part of it. The second part of it is the concessions in premiums. So that is the second part of it. But we will allow, if building proposal also matches up with 3311, people will allow to remain within the building proposal. So that is what I think. Yomesh is smirking, so I think he is agreeing with me.
Request all the BMC officers present on this chat right now to please look into this positively, sirs, and help us in this process. I think.
So this is our mother department. I mean, we don't want that this should go out and it should remain within the building proposal.
Correct. So some of the other questions which are just coming in is regarding offsite infrastructure charges, sir. If you can throw some.
Yeah, offsite infrastructure means, see, you are developing your plot. So corporation or government wants your surrounding areas also to be developed. That is a tax which is for infrastructure. But I think MCGM has proposed a waiver, and we are hoping that will be exceeded too.
Okay, sir.
As far as staircase premium, I'm seeing one query in the, I think
Yes, sir,
that rehab will be free. Only the incentive component, regular premium will be charged.
It will not be at a discounted rate, sir, for the sale.
No, for the sale, no.
Okay.
So sale, we have already, I think when we, in the opening statement only, 3312B, we have suggested Rathod sir to grant us same concession as 3311 or 20 for that component, because ultimately you are rehousing somebody. So it is government's work which we are doing. Okay. So you should exceed for 10% premium. then only this will have impetus. See, otherwise, if those structures are in Bandra, Pali Hill, or maybe in best of the localities where the reckoner rates are more than 2 lakh, it will become unaffordable. And those roads will never get developed if this is, we are going to stick to this premium issue. Because that will turn out in crores. Definitely corporation needs to look into this. 33.7, they already exceeded to, I think it needs to be extended to 30A also.
Got it. So one question coming in is regarding the convenience shopping that you mentioned, 25% in case of a layout. Is it compulsory that we have to provide this shopping?
That is what the rule says.
Okay.
But I think in one of the case of Oberoi Builders, they have already, condoned that because there were planning constraints. It was a 9-meter road and something like that. So convenience shopping was not feasible. I don't think corporation will be too much sticky about it because there is no FSI or other. See, the intention was if you propose convenience shopping, so there will be PAPs of convenience shop also will be rehoused. So that is what the government intention was. But planning difficulty, obviously, you can plead. But the intention of government was clear. The convenience shopping needs to be proposed.
Got it. Got it.
Manoj bhai, in one more file, Commissioner has condoned that 25% shop.
Yeah, that's what I said.
In Wiki and one Randive file also has been condoned.
So that's what I said.
So you can put it up. If it is a hardship, it can be put up to the Honorable Commissioner, sir. He will condone the.
Only in case of steel I2R, government is not exceeding to. So that we need
being in the regulation, that's why.
Yeah.
Yomesh bhai, Manoj bhai, if you can tell us in terms of the number of files that have been approved under these two schemes and whether any other special concessions, just like the one you mentioned, waiving of convenience shopping, any such other concessions have been approved so that we can.
Not exactly. They have first issued the circular and then approved the files. So I think they are following the guidelines because Charles Sahab was very clear. It should be available to all. It should not be available to only one case or something like that. So that they have made guidelines and these guidelines will be dynamic. It will keep on changing. So 7% infrastructure cost also, we are hoping that will be waived. Convenience shopping, yes, case to case, that will be done. Of course, that is not in the circular, but those all cases will be considered.
Got it. Got it. I think we are done with most of the questions, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much, sir, for your insight and for your help, sir.
Yeah, Yomesh, anything you want to add? Specific thing?
No, Manoj bhai.
Because 3320B, you are also having files, so maybe something if you want to add.
Basically, 20B, I believe, is as Manoj bhai has rightly shown in the PPT, 9-meter road, 4 FSI, the only regulation in the entire DCPR is 12B. And in 20B, the shop part, because it was given in a large proposal, it is not in the notification, it was by way of a circular. Commissioner has using the powers to condone the thing. As rightly said, the charges, dual charges of development, charges cess and infrastructure is being referred to the government, which is likely to be, it cannot be double. I think, I'm sure in time, Manoj bhai will also pursue and we will see that it is not double charged. 3320B is a regulation. The clubbing part will happen in future. As of now, there's only been one clubbing which has happened. But time will say 3311. As of now, Grishma is smiling through her teeth. Is very, very feasible 3311 as confirmed. And 20B, I believe, is something I personally believe the only way 20B would work is that regularization schemes of existing buildings. You have only one rule to regularize. 20B would be the only way of regularizing things where people have exceeded their FSI. On a 40-feet road, let's say they are exceeded their FSI and there's no way they can use regulation 30 and regularize it. Then 20B clubbing would be the only way of getting those.
Yomesh, for such cases, I think 12B also will work.
Yeah, but in 12B, the only thing is that you have to accommodate the PAP. 20B, you have get the whole FSI you can put to sale provided there is a clubbing available.
So as per our calculations, actually 30A and 3320B means 2.5 regular FSI and 1.5 for 3320B. That works good actually. So that you are giving lesser component for PAPs.
Yes, that's true.
Because in 1 plus 3, you will have to give 1.5, right?
True that. Only thing that I've been in Bandra.
2.75 only.
Yes. In Bandra, basically what we have seen is that most of the FSI, 2 FSI buildings which are already constructed, we have seen that flower beds and all those things have been added. Even with fungible, they are not able to get it sorted. So then in that case, 2.2 and fungible doesn't work with them. So in that case, this should be
mean that circular for regularizing elevation features, I think that is in cold storage, I think.
It is happening in bits and pieces, but sometimes the violations, if it is too much, then it's a problem. In those cases, 3311 will not work because where building OC is granted, 3311 is not possible. The SRA is very clear if it will not accommodate OC building. So only for fresh proposal, 3311, Manoj Bhai has rightly said, on paper, financial feasibility is probably better than the TDR fungible or FSI also, I feel, considering the price in certain locations, especially the high locations. But otherwise, I think Manoj Bhai, you've really done fantastic. I really, point by point, I also recollected that ye maine kahan padha tha. But then it was really nice. Thank you, Manoj Bhai, for your wonderful time and presentation.
Umesh, I think Mumbai has now base FSI of 4 by some way or the other.
Absolutely.
So आज कोई any architect gives feasibility of 2.4, ये client बोलेंगे यार इसको तो कोई provision ही मालूम नहीं है.
इसको DCPR ही नहीं आता है.
कोई 4 FSI से नीचे बात ही नहीं करेगा ऐसा है. But then to consume this FSI is a challenge.
Is a challenge
because 70 meters, civil aviation, all these issues are coming in the way. So actually architect का काम बढ़ गया है. 3-3, 4-4 feasibility बनाओ, different sections में बनाओ, and then planning aspect में डालो. अभी वो NGT का क्या हो रहा है पता नहीं है, Mother Earth का. So that is also one of the killer here. All the layouts will be standstill if this is pursued. I mean, today there was a hearing, na Monday, High Court में था matter.
Yeah, I've not pursued that.
अभी शाम को आएगा, प्रसाद लिखेगा अभी. So anyway, Chirag bhai and
thank you Manoj bhai, thank you Umesh bhai. Over to Shishir bhai now.
Yes, thank you so much, Chirag bhai. My name is Shishir Lohia, and I am a director at SL Realty Builders and Developers. And I am a proud member of BDA Brihan Mumbai Developer Association and a proud member of BDA UA as well. I would like to take this opportunity to thank Sunil Rathod for addressing us and giving those encouragement words and giving the keynote speech to all of us. Thank you so much, Sunil for taking out the time and addressing the whole of BDA family. Special thanks, of course, to Manoj Daisaria ji. Sir, thank you so much. You really enlightened us on the regulation of 3312B, 3312A, as well as 3320B. I'm sure a lot of takeaways all of us have. There are so many architects, lawyers who have been present in a good number. So many builders are there in good numbers, and a lot of takeaways, a lot of learning. Thank you so much once again, Manojji, for such a knowledgeable session. I'm quite sure this kind of a knowledgeable session is going to add to the growth of the real estate industry in the redevelopment sector. Thank you to all our participants as well for coming in such great numbers. I could see there are so many architects, so many professionals, so many builders coming in, and I'm sure such kind of sessions will really help us to grow. BDA, Brihan Mumbai Developer Association, will ensure to continuously come up with more and more, many more such knowledgeable sessions so that we all can get updated and make sure that we are able to provide homes for all the citizens of Mumbai. And thank you so much again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Manoj bhai.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Mm-hmm.